Alright, let's deploy our on-prem Windows 10 virtual machine in VMware. I'll walk you through each click and I will call out a couple of examples and quick checks so you will not get stuck. Before we start, you will need the Windows 10 ISO. You need to go to the official Microsoft Evaluation Center, download the Windows 10 Enterprise Evaluation ISO, and save it on your machine. We will use it in just a moment. I'll drop the link in the resource folder. First, open VMware Workstation. Click Create a new virtual machine and choose Typical Recommended and click Next. And then choose I will install the operating system later and click Next. Choose the guest operating system name, Microsoft Windows, and make sure version Windows 10 and later is selected. Click Next. Here you name the virtual machine Windows 10 Lab 01. So it's obvious later which machine it is. Pick a location on disk that has at least 80 GB free. We don't want to run out of space while installing updates or agents. Here you need to choose the maximum disk size. I'll leave it as 60 GB and make sure the second option split virtual disk into multiple files is selected. Click Next. Then we will click on Customize Hardware. For CPU and memory, allocate 2 CPUs and 2 number of cores per processors. And I'll allocate 8 GB of RAM. That's a good balance for lab performance without using too many local resources. Example, if your laptop is low on RAM, reduce to 2 GB temporarily, but expect slower performance. And then go to network adapter. Important networking note here. Set the network adapter to bridge. Disconnect your VM directly to the same network as your host and other lab systems. It's ideal for testing scenarios where machine needs to communicate directly with each other. If you're working on a laptop or want the virtual machine to share your host internet connection without exposing it to the local network, you can choose NAT instead. Example, in my lab, I use bridge mode so my on-prem Windows 10 virtual machine can communicate directly with other lab machines and the management server. Click Close and then click Finish. And the next step is you have to go back to Edit Virtual Machine Settings, go to CD DVD SATA and choose your ISO image. So go to Browse, Desktop, and this is my ISO image. Once you have selected your ISO, click OK and click on Power on this virtual machine. The Windows installer will boot from the ISO. Walk through the normal setup screens, select your language, keyboard, and click Install Now. When prompted, choose the correct edition and accept license terms. I'm not going to go and follow all the steps as I have already set up my Windows 10 machine. So I'll go to my virtual machine Windows 10 Lab 01 and I'll power on this virtual machine. I have created a user with the lab admin name and I'll log in with my password. Before doing anything else, let's install VMware tools. This improves mouse performance, screen resolution, and enables copy paste between host and virtual machine. In VMware Workstation, go to the top menu and select VM. Here you will see install VMware tools. Mine one is showing reinstall VMware tools because I have already installed VMware tool. Once you install, you will get a pop-up says that DVD VMware tools. Select to choose what happens with this disk. This mounts the tool ISO inside the virtual machine's virtual CD drive. I'll open with open folder to view files. And we have to click on setup to run the VMware tools. Click yes. You will get a visit for VMware tool setup. Click next, choose typical and click next, and then install. Once the installation is complete, click finish and reboot the virtual machine when prompted. I'll click on finish and we'll restart our virtual machine. I'll log in with my account. Now, after installation, Windows will go through first time setup and then brings you to the desktop. Before installing anything else, let's confirm basic connectivity. So click on search and type CMD. As run as administrator, click yes and run ping google.com. Wait for reply. You should see reply from 8.8.8 or similar. If you get request timeout, stop and check the virtual machine's network setting. Ensure the adapter is connected and the host machine has internet. Next quick check. Enable remote desktop so you can connect later for demos. Open setting, click on system, click on remote desktop, and toggle enable remote desktop. Click on confirm and confirm again. Note the PC name shown here. We will use it if we RDP later. Also, open Windows Defender Firewall and ensure RDP is allowed on the private profile. So click on Allow an app or feature through Windows Defender Firewall and confirm Remote Desktop is enabled. The visit does this automatically when you enable Remote Desktop, but it's worth verifying. If you're using NAT and cannot RDP from your host, use VMware's console to connect instead. Finally, create one test event to validate later when we connect the agent. Open an elevated command prompt and run. Run this command. This writes a custom event to the application log that we will query from Sentinel after the agent is installed. Alright, your Windows 10 VM is created, networked, reachable, and has a test event. If anything failed, check the network adapter type NAT versus bridged. reboot the VM, and rerun the ping test. With everything looks good, move on to the agent installation step.